Are we live? Hey everyone, there's my foot. Hey, welcome to Hack Shack Studios, you guys. I'm RT Bear, 35 years in this wacky comic book industry that we know and love. I've worked for Marvel, DC, Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, X-Men, you name it, I have probably worked on it. So, without further ado, my compadre in arms, my yin to my yang, my left to my right, my black to my white, Taylor Grosso, the most talented writer, artist I've ever known.
Except for you, Art. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, she's still going to be yelling, and I'm probably going to be yelling because we still have the potato cam, you guys.
But there's a beautiful new computer right in front of me that we can't use.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying to get it booted, but booted up. But yeah, it's being difficult, just like everything else in my life.
By the way, feel free to talk up in the chat. I'll read your questions, comments. Lorenzo says, "Hail, brother Art."
Hail! Ooh, I like
Lorenzo
that. Wait a minute, that makes me seem like powerful. Hail.
Lorenzo Sleesack of Gulf City.
Gulf City? That sounds like a DC, like Coast City. Like it's where the Flash hangs out.
It does.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just going to let you know what the show's going to be. So this little patch right here, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of all blue lined up right now. I will be inking it right in front of your very eyes. I will bring this to life. And let me give you context real quick, and then I'm going to preview some really cool pages that I'm not sure what to do with yet. Oh, these are pages we just sent out to the letterer.
Yeah.
So this is what our roughs look like. Da, 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 da. Okay, I'm throwing those over there. Ah, I'm giving them too much. Where?
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Where's the page? I hope I have the layout here. If not, this is going to be embarrassing. Oh, yeah. Well, this is going to be embarrassing. Where do I have this? I thought I had this here.
I thought you did as well.
Yeah. Nah, it's here. All right. So here's the layout. I got this over because it's a spoiler. So this is the layout. So this panel right here is this panel right here that I'm going to be inking up, and this, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of light blue line. This is the panel, or that's going to go in here.
It's kind of cool that they'll barely be able to see it because it'll be like you're inking freehand.
Yeah, I'm inking it like I'm penciling it for the first time.
Like, oh my gosh, what's his name? Kim Jong-yi.
Ooh, that guy's really good. I like being compared to him, especially in the contrast or the with the Hail Art or whatever it was.
Hail Brother Art.
Hail Brother Art. Okay, you guys. See this?
Art, what is that?
Did you say that, or did somebody in the chat say that?
I did.
Okay, this does suck as heavy. See this? See how thick this is? I don't even think this is all of it, but let me see. All right, can you read this?
If you guys, okay, you guys can see the side view of how thick this thing is.
Yeah, but can you see this, Taylor?
I see it. It
okay.
says Trinity by Bagley and T-Bear.
Yes, this is the weekly DC book we did a few years ago, and I forgot I had pages. How do you forget this, right? But my wife found these, so I don't know if you guys remember. This was a weekly, I'm just gonna take them out. A weekly book that Mark Bagley, myself, and the infamous, get this, Kurt Busiek. I think we know him because he called me a racist.
What?
That's that guy.
Oh, him.
So the guy that wrote this.
The crazy person.
Yeah, is the guy that said I was a racist because of like black and white is not African American.
Which I would argue would be racist if you named the character Black, and he was.
Yeah, if you are a reasonable person. Ooh, who's that? Ooh. Who's that, Taylor?
That's Batman.
Ooh, what is this? Possibly Gotham City? Look at these pages, you guys.
These things are primo. Oh, Comic Legend says, will these be listed on your website?
I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with these. Probably. All right. Ooh, there's the Trinity right there. Wama dama doom dom. Did you baba?
Frame that page.
Ooh, there's the hot girl and the black of the canary. But look at that page. Yeah, I'm not even sure what to charge for these. I didn't even think there was a market for it. So if you guys...
that page right there that you just showed, by the way, that's like a collection maker.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so... oh, there's Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. Who's that? Green Arrow? No, that's the Red Arrow. What is his name? Red Arrow? The
Speedy?
Speedy? But I thought, wasn't he called...
Arsenal.
No, this isn't Art. He was Arsenal, but I think this is the Red Arrow guy.
Let the bidding begin. This is Comic Book Legend.
Well, if you guys want any, let me know in the chat. Here's the Superman.
Ooh.
Cool, iconic Superman.
We could do an eBay auction, but I don't know.
And you guys, I think this is the only Mark Bagley DC work that exists.
Wow.
Because he came over for a brief period of time. And of course, you know, he needed to work with me.
That's amazing, says Lorenzo.
Since we did all those Ultimate Spider-Mans together. There's Wonder Woman popping that dude.
Title says, not that I wouldn't like to buy these, but all three of those pages should go at least for a minimum of $1,500.
Each? Or all three together?
Each.
Each. I like the way you think. Ooh, here's a double page.
Ooh.
Do. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go.
Yeah, there we are.
Pretty cool.
Sometimes I forget, like, the camera is very close. Ooh, The Flash. One of my favorites, by the way. Characters of all time, The Flash.
That you worked on at one point solo, didn't you?
Yeah, I penciled it too. I penciled 3 issues, I think, of The Flash, and I did a bunch of covers, pencils and inks as well. The Flash editor liked me, Joan Hilty. And I, her.
Friendship.
Friendship.
It would be hard for me to let these go. A lot of work was put into these, says Comics Legend.
No, there was a lot of love. And also, you guys, I don't know if you remember, this doesn't have the blacks on it.
I'll fill them right now.
I'll do them right now. This was a weekly book. This came out, this quality was, we did it weekly. That means 4 books a month, you guys.
Man, there's more work put into this than like the whole 3 years of the Squirrel Girl run.
Just this panel is more than the entire issue of Squirrel Girl.
Title says each page definitely $1,500, but I was talking specifically about the page with Bats, Big Blue, and Wonder Woman.
Oh, just that one. Oh my gosh. So that'd be like $500 a character.
Pretty much.
Oh shoot, Taylor. Remind me, because we didn't do this before we came up. I want you to do the backgrounds, if you would like, on page 4.
Oh, okay.
I have it sketched out, but I didn't go. What is happening here? Did her top get ripped?
I know. I don't know what's going on.
She looks like she's being very like, ooh, you want to see it?
She does, but she doesn't wear sleeves.
She's got the side back boob thing going.
Or she's hiding a present.
Yeah, there are 2 of them. She's holding her arm, but this looks very suggestive.
It does.
Yeah.
Batman's face, especially.
He's like, hey, look at both of them. They almost got a show.
I hurt my shoulder seductively.
Ooh, I thought this was a great face that I probably redrew.
I was gonna say, it looks like your style. It's pretty cute. Ooh, they're reading tarot cards.
Look at the detail on this little, are those things called hair barrettes or?
The thing is fancy.
Ooh, look at this, Taylor. Look at the designs, the tarot. Tarot
cards, yeah. That's pretty, I like that the tarot cards she has those are pretty cool.
Yeah, those are neat.
I like that she has a nice looking deck of that, and then she has that like elaborate barrette on her head.
Oh, a barrette.
Whatever it's called. Then like her house is in shambles.
Oh my gosh, it's a shithole. Sorry, look at this thing. I was just looking at this panel. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Legend wants to know, why were the blacks not filled in?
because it was a weekly book. So what we were doing is I hired a friend, and he did all the blacks digitally. So we would scan this into the computer, and then he would do the blacks digitally because it was faster. And so, like I said, these issues just kind of disappeared. So I didn't even realize I had these. So I never went back and did the blacks.
Pretty cool, regardless.
Ooh, look at this. It's a cool shot.
There's a lot of cool art direction in this. Pretty inspired for a weekly book.
Uh-oh. Is that what she was hiding?
What is it? I can't see because the feed I'm watching is delayed. Oh.
It's an H, or I don't know what that is, some kind of symbol.
It's her 90s tattoo.
I like that always one of the go-to like visuals is just some kind of like tin with water in it. Like we're in the Stone Age or something.
Just for like medical scenes? Like,
yeah, like you'd think like, you know, like I don't even do this. Like if Amanda fell as a kid, I didn't get a big bucket of water with a towel and clean out her wounds. Like I just use like you know, like a cotton swab and, you know, like some, you know, rubbing alcohol or something.
Not like an ancient physician.
Yeah, it's always like, ooh, look at this Nightwing.
Ooh, look at that hair.
He's hunky.
And those beautiful hatches on that Batman head.
Yeah, I think a lot of this was brushwork because there just wasn't time. Ooh, there's the whole Justice League.
That makes this a $1,500 page book. Page.
Actually, this would be more than $1,500 because there's the Trinity, but then there's all these other characters. Okay, so if the Trinity are worth $500 each, then how much is Hawkman worth?
Ooh, that's
200.
A good question.
How much is Vixen worth? $10?
I was gonna say something exactly. $2 is title.
$2 Chuck.
Vixen's just a bonus.
She's a minus.
Although the Flash is there.
Ooh. Then we get the Justice League again.
Will you ever go back to fill them in? Comic Legends very perturbed by the blacks.
I don't know. If we sell these pages, maybe we'll just, as we sell them. Ooh, look at this. I always was a fan of.
If you buy some, I'll fill them right now.
Ooh. Oh, gosh. What is this guy's name? Not Amazo. What is his name? The guy with the 3 eyes. I love that dude. He's got
Trigon? No.
He's got the pinkish purple skin.
Is that Raven's dad?
No. Who is this guy? I forget his name now.
Oh, I can see him on the screen now.
Look at this, though. Look at that.
Wow.
Up-hatching. Up-lighting. All right. You guys bored yet? Look at this.
How can you be?
So what should we do with these pages? Should we put them up?
If you guys are interested, we can put them up. We could do an eBay auction. We could put them straight up on the...
There's a lot of pages.
Sierra Whiskey just joined us. Says, ooh, what are we looking at?
We are looking at Mark Bagley, R.T. Bear, Trinity from DC Comics. So this was the weekly book that DC did some time ago. Ooh, the Batcave right here.
Dang, I can't believe it. Like, that's a pretty ambitious double-page spread there for a weekly book.
Hey, Taylor, do you feel like this was a bullet dodged?
A little bit.
Because usually, you guys, I work with assistants, and so they'd be mostly responsible for the hard line of things like this. So a lot of the hatching and details is me, but all the hard line, the main structure stuff.
Oh my gosh, this would be a difficult one. It'd be really cool, though.
Okay, so this whole thing, okay, it's a weekly book. So how many pages is that a day? So would that be 2, 3? Wait, if it's 2 pages a day, it'd be like 4 pages a day. Is that 4?
I would think so.
4 times 5 is 20.
Because you have to have lead off. Is that Alfred?
Yeah, on the top.
And the giant penny.
And the giant penny. In God we trust.
Incredible work, says Comics Legend.
Thank you. I'm talking to a legend, Taylor. Ooh, there's the hologram of Wonder Woman. Wow, there are a lot of actual Trinity characters.
Yeah, almost all these pages have like all 3 of them on there.
Yeah.
At least one of them is on.
Ooh, here's the... they're not the... Are they the Injustice, the Earth, whatever? version of the Justice League?
I think they are.
Because they always get the Injustice League mixed up with the Lex Luthor group.
Is that with the...
Are they the Injustice
I
League?
almost said Ultraman, but that's not his, I don't think that's his name.
Somehow Robin's in here. He's like, I can help.
He's gonna take him on. I gotta find his name. It's driving me crazy right now.
The guy with 3 eyes?
No, the guy that's like the evil version of Superman. I want to say it's Ultraman, but that's a different... No, it is
No,
Ultraman.
it is. Yeah, I know that guy's name. I just don't know what the team is called. These are like...
Oh gosh,
Who
they
cares,
are
Kate?
from...
These aren't cool.
I know they're all from Earth 3.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Let's find some... Oh, here we go. Here's some Justice League characters again. Earth 3. Look at Superman. Not happy.
This is gonna drive me mad.
I can't believe no one in the chat has
Yeah, do you guys know?
chimed in yet. It's not the Injustice. Oh no! Look what happened to Mount Rushmore.
Injustice Society.
It's Society. Okay, so one's League and then one's Society.
The Injustice Society.
Oh my gosh! Come on, let's think of some new names here. Okay, this is a guilty pleasure character, but I like the Red Tornado.
I like him too.
I like that his body twists and then he flies.
I like it does, huh? That's why the bottom half's like a blur.
Yeah, and then he can like twist his arm, like his wrist, and he can throw like tornado blasts.
Did you ever? I remember we were working on that really weird book where like Lois Lane was Red Tornado.
No,
That was strange.
I hear you, Bruce.
Ah, here we go. The three-eyed villain's name is Despero.
Despero, thank you.
Let's see. Lex Group is Legion of Doom.
Ooh, look at this. There's your Ultraman and your Wonder Woman equivalent.
Superwoman.
Beaten up. Is it
I
Superwoman?
believe so.
She's grown up. She's not Supergirl.
She's pretty cool.
She should be Ultra Woman.
Looks like Wonder Woman was telling Bruce, "I like you as a friend."
Oh, this one, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's cool. He's blasting him right in the face.
Oh, I know, right? Point blank. Look at that.
Oh no, our feed is lagging. At least
No, YouTube, please. Maybe I'm.
No, we're good. We're good.
Maybe I'm giving them too much info.
We're good. Wow,
It's-
this comics legend.
It's overheating. YouTube is melting down because of all this amazing art. All right, guys. Well, in the chat, because I got to start inking. Let me know what we should do with these. If we should make them available on the site, or if you guys want to. I don't know. Should we throw some pages up and have people bid? I don't know.
We could.
eBay.
Lois Lane's for people. What do you guys think? Do you want to do a live bidding at some point? Do you want us to put these up in the shop?
Do I hear 50? Do I hear 50? 50 going once, 50 going twice.
I don't know what you could let these go for.
I don't know, but that one was 1,500, so I'm gonna that's what I'm gonna charge.
The chat has spoken about that one.
Yeah. So there's got to be 100 pages there.
Oh yeah, these are on nice. If you guys are into like different types of paper or some collector's items, this is like nice toothy, thick paper too.
Nice toothy DC board.
In interest of getting me a chance of getting one, I want a raffle. Says title.
Oh, is that what Mike's doing?
And Comics Legend says start filling in those blacks with a smiley face. If you order one from the site, those blacks will be filled.
Well, we have the ones that we sent to DC they have blacks on them.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
So we can post them with the blacks on them.
Dead Punk Gage says Mike Miller auctioned one off for $400 the other night.
Well, that page is probably worth $1,500 the one. So
How does an auction work though? Because like, if you're doing it in Super Chat, and the people don't get it, and you get to 400, that means the person underneath who bid 300 just spent $300. I don't know how it works.
no, I don't know how it goes through, because if it's a super chat or in the form of a super chat, it would go through, right?
Yeah.
Automatically.
You would automatically get the payment unless you did it. Like,
So maybe they just say their name and then they say their bid,
oh.
and then so it's just like a real auction. So you'd go, I don't know, Sierra Whiskey $50,
Yeah, so they would-
and then
I
you'd
get it.
go, Pixel Trader 20.
He had a PayPal.
Well, I guess it had to be 55.
Yeah. It was a page from his Injustice run. Well, that was a pretty cool run.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
We also usually have a PayPal link. And we have super chats.
We do have super chats.
I'm gonna put this away.
Right now, we are super chatting it up.
Put that away. So what were you saying about page 4 art? Is it...
Oh, shoot. Thank you for reminding me. Let me put this on hold for a minute. It's, I think I have the layout here in the book. I was going to work it up for you, but maybe...
That's something I can
it's just it's in pencils right now.
Okay, let me see. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you could...
I can work this up digitally.
Let me double check. I think I put a vanishing point. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I think well, let me see. Maybe it's not, the vanishing point isn't there. But Taylor, this is the back window, so I have it indicated as blacks right now.
Sorry. Okay.
As blacks, but don't fill them in yet.
Okay.
So this is the window, like you put in here, of the brewery.
Okay.
So just outline it, just structure it up, but no blacks yet. Because I'm thinking maybe if these are black, it might be too much black.
I see what you're saying. Okay, I'll work on this.
Thank you. Oh, you guys, we also, I hope there's enough people in the chat so I don't have to repeat myself. Taylor and I had a reality conversation this morning, and actually our editor Pamela was there as well. And we figured that we would keep, because we've been asked this quite a bit, we'll keep the Indiegogo in demand open until we go to print. So the Indiegogo is open until then, and then we'll close it out once we go to print. And we should be getting our printing prices back soon. We have a ballpark of what it's going to cost us, but we're gonna get a couple of printers to, I guess, bid, and we'll just find out who does the best work for the best price, kind of thing.
Yeah, we have a few lined up. One more question. I know it's weird to ask live. Should I send, I don't know if we've made changes to this page 4 since I've had it. Should I send myself the current version from the computer we have downstairs, or is the one I have?
Let me double check, because I don't think that drawing that I did is on the final version. Let me see.
Because I think, just because the one I'll be working from is the one before, and I think we made some changes to one of the panels, those figures with their legs and stuff.
Well, if your version has the tie detail, Uncle Yee's tie detail, then it's the newest version. Okay. Because I went in there and I drew in the detail on his tie digitally.
Check that right now.
If not, then yeah, maybe you should go to the other computer, which hopefully soon we will not have to go to Hack Shack South anymore. We can work exclusively from Hack Shack North.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, like Hack Shack South is where the computer is downstairs, and so that's what we've been mainly using. But we just bought a computer for upstairs, and so it will be in the studio proper.
Title asks, I was thinking about the Indiegogo. You could have the PDF available forever.
Yeah. You mean just always keep the store open in perpetuity for the PDF?
Yeah, I mean, we could. We could also, if there ever comes a time, where we need to close it, we could just have the PDF available on the Art by T Bear site as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I need the more current version. This is not the tie detail.
Okay. I can stall.
Okay, I'm gonna send this to myself real quick. Let me see what you guys are saying.
I can chit chat.
Yes, due to no print cost, says title.
Yeah, because if you have a specific print run, then if you're only going to be able to sell so many of them because you're limited to whatever the print run is. But if we did keep the PDF in the shop, then we don't have to worry about the print run. That's a pretty smart idea. You guys are pretty slick. Yeah, so I hope everybody's having a good day, having a ball here at the shack. This is my favorite thing to do. Everything I do outside of just sitting here working at the board feels like work. This part right here, talking to you guys and working, does not feel like work to me. This is the fun part. Yeah, because we were down talking to printers this morning. We were trying to figure out schedules. We were doing color corrections with our colorist and getting stuff ready for the letterer this morning. So all that stuff feels like work. It's like all the editorial type stuff. But this is the fun part. Hanging and drawing. So I'm a spinner, so I hope I'm not giving you guys vertigo.
Okay, I'm back.
She's back.
What did I miss?
You missed everything, man. I did a singing. I did a song and dance number.
Darn it.
Yeah.
Let me see. All right, I got one now. Page 4.
I did, what do they call those burlesque dances? I did one of those fan dances where you just tease everybody with like, look at this.
Ew, said Cam.
Oh, come on, man.
No bullying.
No body shaming.
No body. This is a safe space.
Just because I'm an old man doesn't mean I don't have like a perfect body.
We live in a really weird time.
Yeah, it does. Who am I kidding?
As soon as I made this safe space joke, I'm like, this is a joke that like even 5 years ago people would be like, what are you talking about?
Safe space? What is that?
Like, what does that even mean? Let's see. Checking in with a like. Thank you.
Oh yes, you guys, like, please hit that like button. It really does help, and we mucho apreciado.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Let's check out this new tie detail.
It's probably, I don't know, you know how to darken it. It's probably all grayed out.
Let me see.
I didn't darken it, I think, before I put it on. I don't know if that's going to make
I see what you're talking about.
a big difference.
I will darken this.
Because you isolate it, then you darken it, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise you darken the whole page or whole panel, right?
See, you guys, it's a collaborative effort. You're watching remastering before your eyes.
Remastered, remastered. Whoa, whoa.
I liked last night's stream. I think it was a good one.
That we did?
Yeah.
Oh, it rocked. Wait, does that sound braggy? I didn't mean it. I have a ball. I was just telling them when you were gone that everything like we did this morning feels like work, but this is the part that feels like fun. Like this
except for getting the pages to the letterer. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh shoot, I forgot. We gotta make sure to send that via Hightail because Hightail's acting up.
Yeah, our server is being an a-hole.
Let me see. Let's see. It's always safe with art behind the camera. Says Cam.
Yeah, as long as I'm behind the camera, never in front of it.
I don't know if that was snarky or not. I was gonna say aw, but I'm not sure.
Well, as long as I'm behind the camera, when I'm in front of it, then you guys better watch out. These hands registered deadly weapons. Remember when that was a thing when you were a kid?
My hands are registered.
These hands are registered as lethal deadly weapons.
What was there? There's like a movie where like a kid said that. Like he's like, we can't fight him. Like his hands are registered in there. And the dad was like, that's not true.
That's not a thing. That's just something kids say.
It's not an actual thing.
I wonder if it is though. That would be pretty cool, right?
Yes, it would.
You know what'd be weird though is if like somebody like Steven Seagal's hands were registered, or like what's his name, Van Damme, like somebody who's kind of like a poser.
That reminds me, the gun show is this weekend.
You mean right here?
That
The gun show.
show.
I'm flexing my arms.
I'm supposed to go with TJ to pick up an Enfield.
You gonna pick up your Glock?
Did you know, Art, that you're not allowed to buy more than like one type of... It's really weird. You're not allowed to buy more than one gun in like one purchase because it's like they think you're forming some kind of militia.
Oh my god.
So I guess the government... Like, so if I bought two...
You'd go on the
I
government
go
watch
on
list.
some kind of list because they think I was forming a militia to try to...
Well, the thing is, even if you were forming a militia, you are legally, I mean, right, by the Constitution, you can do that.
Yeah, you're supposed to be allowed to, but apparently...
Not.
Not... You're allowed to, but they'll make it very difficult for you to actually do it.
Yeah, because the government doesn't want really anybody being able to rise against them.
So we're supposed to go, but it gets harder and harder. They're trying to, like, get it out of California.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one regret I have is my dad had some firearms, and when he passed, I didn't keep them. So I kind of wish I had them now.
Yeah, it's... I don't know.
I don't even know why. I just... I mean, he used to go to the range. He and my uncle and my grandfather used to go hunting.
Was he... Your dad was in the military, right?
Yeah, he served in Korea, and anybody who just reduces that down to a, oh, it was just a police action. They don't have the scars that my dad had, the night terrors, and when we were kids, we couldn't go into the room. Like, you know how like sometimes when you're young, you run in and you like wake up your parents or something like that by jumping on them in bed and stuff like that. We weren't allowed to do that because my dad would kind of wake up swinging.
No.
So
Seen some crap.
I'm glad I was a middle kid because I never got popped by dad. Because you know one of the kids had to have that happen. Like my sister Sherry ran in, "Hey dad," crack.
It had to be experienced. Or some, yeah, like I would always think like one of the kids will get to find, be like, I'm gonna do it anyway.
No, I think my mom was smarter than that, so she probably made sure it never happened. Yeah, because you know you don't want to get your kid clocked.
Yeah, my grandpa, like, it's weird. He's not really like a gun guy, but he's always owned them. And he was in like the military.
Yeah, I wouldn't say my dad was a gun guy either, but they did go hunting enough that it was a thing.
It used to be more common.
And he would go to the shooting range because I remember going with him, and he had like I think this day and age, because Amanda just went with her boyfriend. They went to the shooting range, and I think they even you can. Hey Amanda. That was very unenthusiastic. We're doing a live stream. Did they supplied the guns when you went to the shooting range and the ear protection, right?
Yeah.
And you got one target complimentary or whatever for the cost, but then you had to purchase the second target, right?
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
So I think in my dad's day, they had to furnish their own ear protection because I remember he had like headphones or whatever they're called.
Did he have like the neat ones that they go like around the back of your neck? Like the weird like plasticky ones?
No, these are like old school, like humongous, and they were bright colored. There was like, well, bright color. It was like a hunter green, like a military green, and then one was bright red.
I see. What are you guys talking about? California gun laws. Gun ownership for sport and hunting is a perfectly normal thing in much of the country. Yeah, California has really, really weird gun laws. Let's see. I think it comes from the fact that pro boxers can be charged with assault with a deadly weapon if they use their fists.
Oh, the registered hands, yeah.
Is that true?
Maybe it does have something to do with like professional fighters, maybe.
Oh man.
Like MMA guys, and could you imagine though somebody that's kind of like I'm trying to think some of the wrestlers like the WW like guys like Hulk Hogan and stuff, like if his hands are registered, or like Mr. T, those guys. That would be hilarious.
That would be very funny.
Like you find out that like legitimately their hands are registered.
Can't be getting into those street fights.
Mr. T worked as a bouncer before like his big Hollywood stuff. Because I remember there was like there used to be, when TV was cool, they had these, it was like a bouncer challenge or something like that. It was a competition, so like the best bouncer, and so they had like these,
I've never heard of
yeah,
that.
so they had like bouncers from around the country, I guess, and they competed. So they had like bouncer competitions. So it would be like, oh gosh, I can't, like somebody throwing a bottle. How do you react? How do you subdue a drunk, rowdy guy? Like there was like these different like categories that you had, and I remember one of them was like throwing a guy out of the door. You know what I mean? Like the old school, like,
Swing him as he...
Yeah, like so each one of those guys, like depending on their size, had a different way of, forcibly escorting somebody out. And I just remember...
What's your technique of throwing him?
Yeah, I just remember, God, I can't remember the actual move, but Mr. T just like kicked butt. Like he just threw this guy, like literally he got airborne and just like threw him out of the bar. And I was like, that guy's badass. And then when I saw him, I think, was it Rocky? What was his theatrical debut?
Oh, gosh.
Was it Rocky?
I think so.
And when I saw him on there, I was like, oh my gosh, that's that guy.
Cam says, dude, I totally saw that bouncer show.
It was cool, right? I don't know if they still have this, but they have those, I don't know if they're like mountain man competitions where they chop wood and then they have to throw a log. And have you seen those, Taylor?
I've seen like the log ones.
Yeah, and then they have like the tug of war to see, they got to pull the other guy and other team into the mud and stuff like that. I think they still have those on the air.
Yeah, I know games people play. World's Toughest Bouncer, I believe is what it was called.
Yeah, it was like on Wide World of Sports or something when that was a thing when I was a kid.
Man, that's funny. Rocky 3 was Mr. T's big debut.
That's it. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I always forget that he it's so weird. He got fame just for being
a badass.
Yeah.
But like he became kind of like right now, not that he's a joke, but he's kind of iconic in a way, like it's almost trivial. Like, oh yeah, Mr. T, like he's right up there, like, oh, it's Pee Wee Herman. You know what I mean? It's like in that category.
It is, for sure.
But you don't think of him as kind of like, well, he kind of got his start as being a badass.
Lest we forget. Let's see. Rocky 3. Uh-oh, Malin is in trouble. Oh, because the militia comment.
Oh.
Clubber Lang in Rocky 3.
Is that was his character's name?
Clubber
Lang.
Lang. That's a good one.
That's like Boney McAlpine down there. Can you see Boney?
Can you guys see Boney McAlpine? I think he's covered a little bit.
His name keeps changing every one
What do
of.
we call him? Like Boney McBranigan or something?
I don't know.
McDonald.
It's always mixed something.
We called him Vince for a minute.
Vince McBone.
Mr. T was on Dancing with the Stars, says Ray Thulu.
Of course he was. I had dinner with Mr. T.
Oh yeah, have you told the Mr. T story on here?
I probably have. Like, my wife was so. She totally disarmed that guy, and I don't know. It's one of those, you look back at your life and you go, oh, there were some cool moments that I had, and so for cable number one. Home Shopping Network, because it sold so many, it's like sold like 1.5 million or something copies, and so they had me on the show, and so we were doing like I was doing drawings of cable, And so we were selling signed, I think, editions of Cable #1. So I was doing drawings on the show. It was all live. It's kind of like this. And so then like Mr. T came on, and they kept me, like, he had like Mr. T and the T-Force or something. He had a comic book.
The T-Force.
It was like something like that. Like
perfect team up for the T-Bears.
Yeah, the T-Bears, the T's. And so you can call me Mr. T. And so yeah, I was drawing, and Mr. T was hawking his books. What do you call that?
I don't think Hawkins disrespectful.
Hawking his books. Yeah, he was selling his books, or I guess they call it shilling now. He was shilling his books, right? And so, yeah, and then they would cut back to me every once in a while, like, let's see how Art's doing, and I'd be drawing.
That's the weirdest combo.
Yeah, and then he's like, yeah, we got this right over here, and this is the right or whatever, and, he's doing the whole Mr. T thing. And so it was pretty cool just to be on the show with him. But then later, there was a whole dinner, so everybody that was on that, I guess, episode or whatever they call those, we all went to dinner. And so Mr. T is there, and he's sitting right across from my wife and I. And this is in Florida. I think that's where the main offices were. It's like a movie studio, Taylor. Like people don't realize, like, Home Shopping has like sound stages and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a working movie studio. So they have different like sound stages and things like that where they have the different shows broadcast from.
I always thought, by the way, like, that they could still be a huge thing. Like, I know they are still, but I feel like if they were just on like YouTube, like they have like a Home Shopping Network, like YouTube type thing, imagine how much money they would make.
Yeah, I don't know, but at the time they were, oh my gosh. They gave us a tour of the facilities before the show, and they had, this is the time of, not radio, but, phones and everything. So you phoned in your order. So it wasn't all PayPal and everything like that. So they had, it felt like a mile of, I guess, receptionists, or what do they call those?
Oh,
like
I bet.
People answering the phones and stuff. And it was crazy. It was like something out of a sci-fi movie. Like that scene in Indiana Jones, the first one, where
the giant archive.
Yeah, the archives. Like there was just like rows and rows and rows of people answering phone calls for orders. And hold on. And so, anyway, so we're out to dinner. And right across from us, the table is Mr. T. And so my wife and I are sitting side by side. And so everybody sitting there and everybody hanging out with Mr. T, like all the different people that put on the show and the Home Shopping executives or whoever these guys were, they were all like, yeah, Mr. T, I saw you in the bouncer thing, and you as whatever on the Rocky, whatever, So they're talking to him all in that kind of way. Like, Mr. T this, Mr. T that, you're a badass, you're this, that, and the other thing. And so Pamela was just kind of like, so how you doing? It's like, fine. It's like, so, where'd you grow up? And it's like, oh, whatever. It's like, oh, well, how's your mom? What's her name? Blah, blah, blah. So she's just talking to him like
a person.
Like a person.
For once.
Yeah, and my gosh, it was pretty amazing because it totally disarmed him. And he just became like a real person. Like, he wasn't really interacting with all those people because he probably heard those questions like a billion times.
Oh, yeah, and I'm sure he still does to this day.
Yeah, and so she didn't, she loves the A-Team and all that, but she didn't really care. She wasn't asking him those things. And so, Taylor, he was sharing like all these things about like, my mom was a saint, and she worked 2 jobs and whatever, and because my dad died early or when he was young or whatever. And so I guess, God, I forget what it was now. It was like his dad's shoes or something. Like he would walk like a mile to work every day, or it was like something like symbolic. And so he had, like, when he bought his mom, her house or whatever, when he was big, with the big, Mr. T money.
Yeah.
And, as like there's like a shrine to his father right in the entry, and it has like I think the father's shoes or like his work shirt or like something that was symbolic of that he went to work every day and that he was like this provider and he did well for the family and stuff like that. So
that's so sweet.
so his spirit was always like in the house or whatever, and so it was very cool. And like I don't usually people like that don't share stuff like that. And so then she's got him talking, and then he shares this, and I didn't know that because I don't know why he decided to tell her this, but he said, when people pay me for these kind of appearances and stuff like that, I'm Mr. T. So he said, Mr. T is a show. He says, it's not who I am. And then, God, I don't remember, but he said his name to her.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very personable. And then
that's really cool.
He said, so, like when I'm here, I have like all the jewelry on and I have the chains and all that other stuff. He said, but when I'm, the normal guy, I'm just, whatever his name was or is. And so then he said, when I'm like out and about, like if I'm at the airport and I'm not dressed like Mr. T and somebody comes up to me and starts talking to me like Mr. T, he goes, I'm not on the clock. He said, I'm not Mr. T, so I don't respond. Oh. So he doesn't really respond as Mr. T.
He probably gets sick of it.
Yeah, I think it's a persona it's a character he plays. And so, yeah, I mean, it's one of those moments where, I always remember that. I know Pamela talks about it from time to time. So, yeah, it was a real neat evening.
Getting real with Mr. T.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Let's see.
That we made a crap ton of money on home shopping.
Lawrence Trailed? I don't know
that
his last name.
Sounds familiar.
Somewhere in my attic's archive, I still have a box of Mr. T cereal, says Ray Thulu.
Yeah, he had Mr. T. Did he have a show? It was called...
Lawrence Trailed. I wish I could pronounce that.
It was called Mr. T and Tina. It was like him and like two Asian girls or something, and the two Asian girls were, I think they were both. Is that a super chat?
Let me see.
Mark C.
Oh yes, Mark C.
Yay!
Mark C. says, and thank you for the super chat, Mark.
Yes, thank you so much.
Offbeat question.
Well, did he leave a message for the super chat?
Yeah, I'm reading his question.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Sorry.
I got excited.
I might have said it in my talking tone. Mark C. says, offbeat question. Are you good with likenesses?
I guess. Yeah, why? Do a Mr. T drawing. I want to commission you to a Mr. T drawing.
Would you do one for the right price?
Mr. T?
Yeah.
I don't know. If I was done with black and white, you guys, I would love to just draw anything. Yeah, so Mr. T would be cool. I don't know. Why do you ask, Mark?
Yeah, I'm curious as
well. Yeah.
Let me see. Comic Book Bob. RT Bear, what kind of camera are you using?
Oh, a potato? Oh, go ahead. Oh, there it is. It's Mr. T. Tina was Pat Morita.
What?
That's the wax on, wax off guy, right?
I don't know.
Wait a minute. Is that really? Wait, you got to type that in. Mr. T and Tina. So Pat Morita was
Mr.
Tina?
Tina.
No.
It was.
Why do I remember two like cute Asian girls?
It's the way you wanted it to.
It was like a variety show or something, right?
It looks like it. This
weird.
looks very strange, actually. Oh no, there's two. Well, let me see.
If you find the picture, I have to see this because I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here now.
I can't tell by this picture. There's two Asian girls in this picture, but they have like bob cuts.
Yeah, short hair.
Yeah, they do.
So they weren't Tina, because I thought that Tina was like a singing group or something.
It might be. There's actually several girls in this picture. I'll show you.
Let me see.
There's like a Caucasian girl, and there's two, I think.
I think those two girls in the very, very back were Tina. Wait, there's no Mr. T in there.
Isn't that Mr. T right there?
No, that looks like that guy from Love Boat. That Isaac dude. The guy goes, hey. The guy that looks like he could be a drug smuggler.
He probably is. Mr. T had a Saturday morning cartoon as well, says the chat.
Was that the T-Force? Or was that still the
was
comic book?
I think that was the T-Force.
Because he had like a pit bull, right? Like it had a mohawk.
I think it did, yeah. Mr. T cereal was featured in the new Bumblebee movie as well.
Bumblebee tuna.
I haven't seen that yet.
I think, gosh, what's his, John Malin was saying isn't that good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I think it kind of tanked.
Oh, this is interesting. Well, Comic Book Bob says, I bought an HD camera to record with and it still looks like crap. But we got a new HD camera that hopefully won't look like crap that we'll be recording with soon.
Yeah, we're basic to answer your question. We're using the camera on the iPad right now, and I mean, I guess it served us well, but I really don't. Things very temperamental, and I don't like the touch screen. There's a lot of features I don't like about the iPad. So at this point, it got us here, so I'm thankful and grateful, but I cannot wait to take a sledgehammer to that iPad. Nah, I won't do that, but I really do feel like hurting it. If you can hurt a machine, I would like to hurt it.
My favorite tea is ice, says Pope Fire. You're such a scamp.
Ice, baby.
Someone said Mr. T, apparently, in the Mr. T and Tina, was Pat Morita's character name. His name was Mr. T in the show?
His name was Mr. T?
And he says, it was a Welcome Back Kotter spinoff.
Really?
Wow, I never knew that.
So it was a sitcom?
I
thought it was like a variety show.
I thought it was too.
Wait a minute. What am I thinking then? Gosh, I thought I saw like they had like bright purple sequined outfits because let's face it, you guys, like there were some really flamboyant decades. And I think the 80s and the 70s, because grunge started bringing us out of...
Yeah.
Thank goodness. I'm still thankful for grunge.
I'm still paying for grunge.
Yeah, because I think things were a little out of hand.
So Mr. T and Tina apparently was...
Pat Morita.
Pat Morita, which is really bizarre. A Japanese inventor must adjust to life in Chicago. So it was a sitcom, I guess.
Wow, I did not know that.
I didn't either. Apparently, they had a cameo in Starsky and Hutch.
In the TV series or the new movie?
In the TV series, I guess. Let's see. Oh, Mark C answers about the likeness question. Too long of an answer to talk about here. It has to do with my art.
Okay.
Let's see. If you're going HD, I hope you have a good internet connection. I think our internet connection here has been pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good. Right?
Let's see. The chat says, John is high. Bumblebee was the best Transformers movie to date. It's not related to the Michael Bay movies.
Well, don't quote me now that you said that. I'm not sure. I thought he said that it wasn't that good.
Everybody's turning against Malin.
No, please don't. Please don't.
The Cybertron scenes in Bumblebee movie are the greatest Transformer live-action scenes
All right,
ever.
you guys. No, back off. I might have misquoted. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm high.
Pope Fire says, I'm a what? I called you a scamp.
She's a scamp. And
a wizard.
No, what was that from the Lady and the Tramp movie? He's a
scamp. He's a scoundrel.
He's a scoundrel. Yeah.
I was gonna say wizard because I'm a what?
I'm a what? A wizard?
Maybe it's like D and C, B movie tastes. Oh, Malin is like D and C, B movie. There's nothing wrong with B movie taste. Seeing Optimus look like Optimus and being a badass made that movie awesome.
Well, now you guys are talking it up. I might have to see it.
I wanted to see it.
See how it did.
Cam says Malin will pay.
No! I feel like I've unleashed the freaking Kraken on John.
You guys are trolling. What am I looking up?
The Bumblebee movie, see how well it did.
Let's see.
Because I thought it did horribly.
Really?
That's what I thought.
I heard all the people I saw, well, not that I knew a lot of people that saw it, but it had a good buzz, but I don't know.
Get it?
It has...
Bumblebee had good buzz.
Well, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 92%.
That's not bad, right?
IMDb gave it a 7. 94% of people liked this movie. It made $413.5 million.
I don't know. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good. It sounds like it did okay. I'm interested. I wanted to see it when we first saw the trailer. I know we did it for Versus. Let's see. The only problem is that the Cybertron scenes are short at the beginning. And there's only one more short scene, so there's 2, I guess. Spoiler alert. The rest of the movie was fine. Not great, but fine. Well, now you guys are like, laying it down. But I really want to see, and I think you want to see too, I'll just speak for you, is the...
Wait. Let me guess. Captain Marvel.
No! No.
Wait. Let me guess. Battle Angel Alita.
No! Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen it yet.
I've still been waiting, and I really want to see it. Let's see.
With that super chat money, we can go.
Yeah, if we got enough super chats to get 2 to 3 tickets. Let's see. I'm trying to read up on what you guys have been saying up here. Talking about... I don't know. When you were a kid, were you super into Transformers art?
I have to cop that I was more of an adult when Transformers came out. So I thought that they were really bad, shut your mouth. And I thought that the toys combined with the metal, because they used to be metal.
Yeah.
And they were a cool size. They were like the Corgi size toys. And I thought they were really cool. So I liked them, but I think I was just a little too old.
Yeah, I was born in the 90s, so Beast Wars were my Transformers. Bumblebee went up against Aquaman and Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Mary Poppins Return. They should have waited to release it. It would have done better.
I heard, because we kind of bagged on that Mary Poppins. Did you read anything on that, Taylor?
It got really good buzz.
It got good buzz, but everybody says, and I thought for sure this was going to be the problem, or one of the problems, is just the music is not going to hold up, and that's most of the bashing, is just that the music doesn't hold up.
That is not good, because that is, like you said, kind of one of the main appeals of the movie.
Yeah, the songs themselves in the original were so iconic, but the new one, apparently no one's even, because you haven't. It's not like Frozen, where you heard that song on the radio all the time and stuff.
Frozen is still their golden child, I think.
It's because of the song.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like you never think about Disney as being a music publisher, because you always just think, oh, they make films, they make cartoons, they have amusement parks, but they actually have chart-topping songs.
That is the weirdest thing to think about.
Yeah, they have iconic songs that are in the zeitgeist of pop culture.
There was a really funny thread. I don't know if you saw somebody, I guess, the poster. I know this is really like probably not hitting the demographic here, but they had the new poster for Frozen 2. Somebody took a picture of it because I guess it was like debuted in like Shanghai or somewhere overseas, and somebody took a picture of it, but it was like weirdly cropped, and it's like, this is the new like character costumes for Frozen, and there was this weird red thing at the bottom of the screen that looked like it was a part of Elsa's outfit, and people were theorizing what it was. And then somebody posted, and they're like, "You guys are idiots. It's a picture of a kid." And it was zoomed out, and it was a kid running across in front of the poster. And
Oh my gosh.
His hoodie got into frame and made it look like she had like a weird like red booty thing on.
That just shows you like how impractical. Like people don't go to the obvious. They go like, "Oh, this has got to be some weird whatever."
Yeah, they were trying to like draw through it and theorize what it was. Spider-Verse is great, says Comic Book Bob.
That movie looks amazing, and I will eventually see it.
It was the first comic book movie that felt like I was watching an actual comic book. Let's see.
I love the style that it's all drawn in and everything.
Yeah, I agree. Trivia moment. The author of Mary Poppins didn't originally want any singing, dancing, or animation to the movie. She even didn't want Dick Van Dyke to star in it either. She thought it was too silly.
Yeah. And she was wrong.
And she would have destroyed the movie.
Good old Uncle Walt was right. He made... You know what? The thing is, like, even to this day, that book is not... It's not even readily available, because I remember when Amanda was really young, and, you know, you go look for things that you can read to your child and stuff like that before bed. And, you know, all like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, like all the, you know, the iconic stuff is there, but I don't ever remember seeing Mary Poppins.
Yeah, I couldn't. It wasn't a book I ever read as a kid or anything.
Yeah, it's really bizarre, because I theorize the only reason it is like in pop culture is because of that Disney movie.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody knew the book.
I had never heard of it. I know, like, a lot of people would argue, like, oh, well, the movie had so much fame that most people just knew the movie. But it was supposedly, like, a very popular book at the time. Someone posted that Thundercats premiered 34 years ago today. Oh my gosh! Thundercats! Ho!
Ho!
Says the chat.
Yeah. I was still a little old for that, but I remember when I saw that opening.
Thunder, thunder.
Holy poop, man. I lost my crap.
It was amazing.
The camera was moving around the characters and stuff, and they were jumping and everything. And then you're like, wow. And then you watch the episode, and you're like, the animation is nothing like this.
I know, as a kid, I was like, this doesn't look as... I was obsessed with that show as a kid, though.
I must admit, like, I did... When that first came out, even though I was older, I watched it quite a bit.
I used to love that show. I was very excited about the remake on Cartoon Network that got canceled kind of prematurely.
The character designs, the original character designs were pretty amazing.
And now they're like, the new Thundercats, I don't know if it's still coming out, spits in the face of those designs.
Oh, that's the one where they just got like some guy that draws, yeah, basically like, stick figures.
His hair is super short, but he still tries to put it in a man bun. So there's like a picture of him working on storyboards, and he has this little like, you know, like when you have a little girl, it's like a toddler, and they put the little poof of hair on top.
Yeah.
He literally has that. I'm like, who gave this person this job? Dress for the job he wants. 34 years today, wow. And still well known. I would argue still loved.
Yeah, I thought the character designs were amazing. There's one character, that Mum-Ra character, I never quite understood. He's like a mummy, but is he a cat under the... I never quite understood the world. I know that there is a story behind it, but I never quite got the story. Because I know that the cats are like... It's kind of like Planet of the Apes or whatever. They like landed on... That's not their planet, right?
It's not. I believe it's called... Well, it's called Third Earth.
And so then they're just kind of like... It's like Lost in Space, where they're kind of this cat from a cat world or something like that, and they're lost on this planet, right?
Yeah.
And that Mum-Ra's the only other character that I know that inhabits... Aren't there? But there are other animal type characters, right?
There are. I could tell you a lot about.
There's like a frog and.
It's they're from their home world is called. I'm trying to make it. I'm pretty sure it's Thundara. But I want to make sure. And the planet itself, Third Earth, yeah, Mum-Ra is there, and he's been there since like the ancient times, and he has a bunch of weird. There's like dog people. There's humans, and everybody like fights me on this, but there's an episode where there are humans.
Really?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Okay.
And there's like, it's like a weird space fantasy world. There's a lot of different like animal hybrid people and weird stuff on the planet itself. And the weirdest part of the show that everybody forgets is that like Lion-O is a child that got aged up. Like they were traveling to the planet. Well, they got shot down on the planet, but he was in stasis and he was like a young prince and he was like a little kid. And like Wily Kit and Wily Cat were his best friends. And then something happened in his chamber where his stasis didn't work. So when they land on the planet, he's an adult instantly, but he's still like a child.
He's like Captain Marvel. Or he's just like the boy king, you know, like Arthur or like whatever.
Yeah, there are teddy bear people, vulture people, and lizard people, says Comic Book Bob.
Lizard people, that's why, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of lizard people. But they find the Sword of Omens, and it's pretty cool.
Is it kind of like the Sword of Omens is like, you know, Dorothy finding the ruby slipper? Is that like, and so then Mum-Ra is mad because it was supposed to be his legacy or something? Like, the Sword of Omens... What? The Sword of Omens has a cat on it, though, right?
Yeah, it has the Thundercats insignia on it.
So did they bring it with them?
It was, I know that it's, oh gosh, it stems from the Eye of Thundara, which is that Thundercats looking thing that's embedded in its, like, hilt.
Right.
And that's the thing that, like, it contains, like, that itself is the powerful part, because it's, like, an energy. And I think it's like basically the all-powerful stone, and it looks like well, I guess it looks like a cat's eye, not their logo, because I'm looking at it right now. But yeah, he wants the stone of Thundara.
Mum-Ra does.
Yeah, Mum-Ra wants it.
Okay, but it's not from that home world. Like they brought it with them or something, right? The Thundercats brought it because they're stranded, right?
Yeah, Naga I think had it, and Naga was like he was like the Merlin character, and he was on like the ship with them, but he dies.
Okay.
So he passes it on to.
So he's Merlin and gave it to Arthur, like it's Excalibur kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty much space Excalibur. What are you guys talking about? Let's see. I think Mum-Ra is after the Eye of Thundara, which is the insignia. Yeah, exactly. In the comic, they introduced a conquering dog race. Yeah, that was strange. Thundercats was so good. A very rich story world. The Sword of Omens has the Eye of Thundara embedded into it. Mum-Ra wanted to become powerful. And then Lorenzo just says, I like the Thundercats.
Yeah, I thought everything about them was very cool.
Jaga, not Naga. Sorry. Jaga, he looked...
That guy just jogged your mind, your brain, your memory.
He's flexing on me and my Thundercats knowledge. It's been a while, admittedly.
Well, I'm very impressed by your knowledge here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
You're kicking my butt.
When I first met TJ, I apparently talked about Thundercats.
TJ is her boyfriend.
Oh yeah, I never clarified that. Yeah, apparently I talked about Thundercats a lot. I was going through a phase, I think, of rewatching it because I had the VHS set and I still don't have the DVDs. They're very expensive. Did you have a go-to show as a kid, Art, that you were into like that?
You know what my go-to was Space Ghost, and what were the ones with Jan and Jace and Bleep and Thunder Gleek? What was it? Thundar the Barbarian or something? Thundar, like I always just think that's the precursor.
Thundar the Barbarian. Yeah, that was kind of like a similar. It was kind of a similar world to Thundercats.
Yeah, because I think Thundercats is like basically Lion-O is he's kind of a barbarian Arthur. Like he's kind of like Conan meets King Arthur, right? Because he's got more of like a barbarian type bodybuilder body, but it's like Arthurian in like the backstory, I guess.
I'm trying to look it up because I don't know a lot about him.
Well, I think it was Thundar the Barbarian.
Ukla and Mock.
Yeah, Mock was a rock dude, right? Or was that Ukla?
Gleek is the sidekick, the
little
monk.
ghost.
You know, he's the monkey that was with the Wonder Twins.
Wait, the Wonder Twins. What was
Ukla and Mock?
And what were the little they had like little space like ghost characters like
oh god,
not in Space Ghost but in
Thundar, right?
In Thundar, yeah.
Princess Ariel was the girl.
Yeah, she had a cool like headdress like looked like something out of Marvel like Scarlet Witch kind of, you know, the little headdress thing.
Oh man, I can't find the other characters on here. I think because I thought, oh gosh, Ukla and Mock, they're those like big lion people. That was the lion.
There was a big rock guy, right?
I thought he had like a lion head. God, I was never into Thundar.
Gosh, you know what? I have. If you guys don't have this, there's and you're a Hanna-Barbera Alex Toth fan. There's a book on all his sketches.
Jan and Jace were Space Ghost.
Yeah, they were Space Ghost. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys. Gleek is the Wonder Twins. Yes, I know. Oh, Art, you're thinking of the Herculoids.
Herculoids!
That's what those ghost things were.
Yeah, Herculoids. Those things are bad.
Everybody's shouting Herculoids in the chat.
Those things are so cool. At San Diego, I'm walking trying to find my book here. Oh man, I can't find it. Wait, is this it? Black and white.
Triggered, says Cam. You triggered me by correcting me with Jaga.
Well, I don't know who you're supposed to call when you get triggered. I'm going to open this to get some more light in and start to...
You spend some time studying up on Thundercats so you don't misname.
They should have a Thundercat like universe book.
Ooh.
But this book right here, you guys, like... This book is amazing, and this is all of look at this stuff. All of Alex Toth's, like there's some of his drawings, but there's also like character designs. Look at this.
I've never seen that book outside of your collection.
For all these different, look at these are the iconic. This is the Bible for all of the language. You know, like sci-fi language. We give Jack Kirby, and he was amazing, but I think Alex Toth, look at these. I mean, you still see these design ideas used today.
They're still very beautiful. They hold up.
These are all, look at these monsters and stuff. I think that's why Ben 10 was so cool, because they brought back, can you see this, Taylor? This guy right here? It's like Electro Monster.
Pretty cool.
Samsung. Oh, I guess he was this guy. It looks like because this guy's got the same name.
He transformed.
Professor Samson. And he turns into that dude.
What series is this?
I don't know. I don't know if all of this was used or if, like some of these could just be like background Space Ghost characters. Titanium Man.
He was really good at like keeping things very minimalist and simple, but every character looks super distinctive. Yeah,
they're all different. Look at these little Space Patrol guys. Look at those hats. They're like baseball caps with like little Roman or Trojan points on them, or I don't know what that is.
Pretty awesome.
Oh man, look at this. I'm getting Land of the Lost flashbacks.
Speaking of slee slacks.
The slee slacks, I used to wear those.
Slee slack.
Slee stack. You're triggering me, Taylor. Hey, did we have was there a super chat?
Oh, that is, where did that come from?
I don't know. Something just popped up here.
Art, if you want Toth, get the 3 IDW Genius quote-unquote volumes.
Oh, I saw those.
What is that?
It's just stuff like this, compilation.
And thank you, Mark C, for the super chat.
Yes, thank you so very much. There's this book, and then there's, I have another book on Alex Toth, and then there's his Zorro book. And if you guys don't have the Zorro book, look at this guy, Taylor. Can you see him with the hawk mask here?
That's pretty cool. Wow, these are all neat.
There's just tons of stuff.
This book is jam-packed.
There's Birdman. Didn't they make Harvey Birdman?
Attorney at law. Or is that the Blue Falcon? No.
No, that was Harvey. This was Birdman right here.
Let me see. There's a delay on the feed I'm watching.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll
But I
keep
thought
it
I
on
saw
longer.
Blue Falcon, who also has a cool design.
No, this is.
Oh, that's Harvey.
This
yeah.
is Birdman. This looks like a robotic Birdman suit, though.
It does. And
But-
Bird Girl.
Yeah. Oh, it just says Birdman, so that's the name. That's the series. So this must have been like a, you know, how like you have to do based on the story. Like maybe he builds armor or
Oh,
something like that. Yeah. So I wish this was all straight up and down. Maybe I should just turn it this way so you guys can see it.
They had to put it like long ways.
Oh my gosh, look at this guy.
Accommodate all this.
That guy, it says Birdman on that too.
I guess maybe because they're all from the Birdman series, I guess?
Probably.
Let me see what you guys are talking
Moby
about.
Dick, Manta Menace.
Ooh.
The Manta Menace. Oh my gosh, this stuff is so cool. Oh, this is, what is it, Mytor? This little kid, Ted, do you see him right
I
here?
don't remember him. You know what he looks like? He looks like, oh my gosh, the Last Boy, Commandy a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's why I think I make the parallel with this stuff in Kirby.
Ookla is a mock, like Chewie is a Wookiee.
A mock. Remember Mocklet?
Ew. Best episode of Friends. I'm gonna watch Robotech, some classic anime.
I'm trying to find something that's more iconic.
Rhaegar says Black Panther is this generation Citizen Kane.
Oh, you're bringing up the last, yeah, yesterday's.
Trusty Sidekick says, just ask the chat, we know everything.
You guys do.
Another great show
Ooh.
is Battle of the Planets, Gotcha
Galactus.
Man.
Galactus.
Ooh.
Gotcha, man?
Yeah, it was a Japanese.
There's the Watcher, Dr. Doom. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen this thing's amazing. I was hoping to find, what did they say it was? The Herculoids?
Yeah,
Ooh.
Herculoids.
Elvis.
That's awesome.
All right, you guys have heard of Howard Chaykin. Look at this. This is like so Howard Chaykin.
It's awesome. Cam says, which is actually pretty valid, we're so tied up in Star Wars that we forget all these other IPs that have fallen by the wayside.
Oh, there's a billion of them. There's even one called Black and White. Like somebody should do something with that.
I know, that thing is cool. I've been waiting for so long.
Like a movie or something. Oh, here's Thundar. Here's that. Oh, she doesn't have a headdress. She just has like a gem in her hair.
Oh, I thought she had like a Wonder Woman.
Wait a minute. Is this the mock? What is this?
Let me see.
Can you see him?
Yeah, that's him. He's got that weird lion ape head.
Yeah. Ooh, he rides like a horse, looks like a lizard bird horse thing. That's cool though.
Cam says, Art, you should orchestrate Drawn and Cord to have Thundercats, Chitara, and swoop in for the win.
There he is.
I
Yeah,
love
swoop in for the
Chitara.
win. Yeah. No, that would be fun. Oh, wait, it does say, wait, it's got Jack Kirby's name in here. Okay, X-Riders, Ruby Spears, set up own new series, Hero, Principals Thundar, wound up without poster-like tile, reprinted, fanzine did not approve in art recall, nor did I know that Ken and Joe hired Jack Kirby to design what I'd just done for them.
Ooh.
Very strange behavior, I thought. Ooh.
There was some drama going
Ooh,
on.
because it's all written in his notes. This is like his handwriting.
That's kind of cool.
Ooh, nefarious.
What could have happened?
These are his storyboards. My
I like
gosh.
that he was still polite. Very strange, I thought.
Very strange.
Instead of being like, you kind of duped me over.
Now it'd be just like a middle finger. Screw Ruby Spears. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm being very self-indulgent right now because I haven't looked at this. I haven't looked at this book in a long time.
Sun Sword was awesome, says Sarah Whiskey.
Taylor, just look at these.
Cam says that he was like a Chewbacca knockoff.
Look at little Granny Rosie and her posies. She's got like chin hair.
That's so cute.
Look at this old guy.
Apparently, our feed is very high res right now.
Ooh.
Sketch Therapy says this resolution is great. It's because of the Potato Plus.
The potato knows his days are numbered.
It's trying to win us back.
Yeah.
Indulge away, no problem.
Oh, thank you guys.
Look at
Ooh,
that.
I loved the Hot Wheels series when I was a kid.
There was a Hot Wheels series?
Yeah, there was a cartoon show and there was a comic
look at
book
that
too.
girl.
Look at the comic book.
So precious.
Jack, Mickey, Tank, Janet.
I thought her name was Tank. I was about to lose it laughing.
No.
She's like this little... Like...
Look at these characters.
Pretty awesome.
Look at these guys. It's kind of light because these are like light Xeroxes.
Maybe Cartoon Network should start hiring people of this caliber instead of bros.
Oh wait,
and
here's
Power
some Disney. This is Robin Hood. Aforementioned Robin Hood of the movie.
Aww.
This is just happened to bear his name.
Oodle lolly, golly, what a day.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Ooh, I got to read up on this again. This is all Prince John. Alex in Wonderland.
Alex in Wonderland?
Ooh. I wonder if this was a precursor to Space Ghost.
What? Sea Ghost.
Sea Ghost.
Ooh, what's Planet of the Dogs? That sounds cool.
It's that new movie with the stop animation.
I tried to stand up and I slipped on this chair.
Taylor's been drinking.
Sierra Whiskers says Tag knows the song.
Planet of the Dogs.
That looks cool.
What was that movie? It was done by, what's his name?
Isle of Dogs.
Isle of Dogs, yeah.
Art, that book is $115 on Amazon. What is the cover price? Asked Benjamin.
Okay,
And also, comic.
it's only $24.95.
Whoa.
Which is the price I paid for it.
They would like to know the title of the book.
It's right here.
Here it is.
He also signs his name that's very European, I always thought.
Well, apparently that book is worth quite a bit.
I have, oh my gosh. I'm going to show you guys another book. I have a few books that are worth quite a bit of money.
I'll say.
I have some of the, I have the original Industrial Light Magic book. I should take the cover price off this thing, or this price off. This book right here.
Sea Ghost, what?
Exactly. This book is worth a lot.
Ooh.
In the day it was $30, but this thing is
Alphonse Mucha.
Mucha. What is this? This stuff is amazing.
I think it pretty much inspires every illustrator.
But I try to keep this book in good shape. Usually
It looks pristine.
Yeah, usually I use things as reference and I don't take great care of them. But this was in pretty good shape. This is one of the few books Taylor, I bought it used at a used bookstore because I wanted it so bad. And I paid a pretty penny for it.
It's in very nice condition.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
I guess I should get back to work now.
Rhaegar says, and he's speaking my language, if Disney was smart, they would make a live-action Gargoyles film series instead of a live-action Dumbo. I don't know about a series. I think a movie, if they could find the right person.
So if they did it live action, would they then just animate all the gargoyles themselves?
CGI, I guess. That could get into a weird zone. They haven't, a lot of movies I've seen lately, I don't know about you, that have like solely CGI characters haven't looked that great.
Well, if you did do it, you wouldn't do it practical, would you? With makeup?
I don't know if you could, because they fly and they do some pretty, like, I don't know. I mean, you could, but I don't know if it'd be the best decision, I guess. What do you guys think? CGI or some practical mixed in? Art's book vault is a vacuum chamber, says Sierra Whiskey.
Oh, man. Yeah, I got some cool stuff. When I like collecting books. I have a huge bookshelf, and then I have a cabinet under it with books that, I don't show off. And then My wife has, we call it the retreat, and it's just wall-to-wall bookshelves. It looks like a library.
Pretty cool.
And so I got some of my art books in there, and she's got all her books in there.
Let me see. I've seen a bunch of Muka's posters for jobs going for Serious Bank on Antiques Roadshow.
Oh, those posters. Yeah, those things go for a ton of money. I'd love to have one.
I mean, rightfully so. They're pretty cool. I remember at Mount Sac when there was like a kind of a Muka craze in like art history, and like every young illustrator's like, I'm gonna draw just like him. Like nobody had thought of that before.
Yeah. But that's good. Like a new generation always discovers it, and it's kind of neat that they get territorial about it. Like, oh, I've discovered this. This is mine. You know, not realizing that, you know, there are thousands of people that have felt the same way. But I think that's good. It's like, you know, younger people experiencing like the Rolling Stones or Beatles or, you know, some kind of vintage cool music.
Yeah, it shows you that those things are...
Or even my old work. I am old.
If seeing your Instagram is any credit, there's a lot of young folks tracing many a Wonder Woman face that you've done. I'm inspired by R.T. Bear.
Yay.
It's traced. There's nothing wrong with that when you're just learning. And you're still of an age where it's acceptable. Let's see. Or Kiss, says Sketch Therapy. Yes.
Yes, Kiss. Where have we heard that before?
Oh, man. I was going to say every Saturday, but we don't do it every Saturday.
We haven't done one in a while. We had, Kevin took off last week. This week we don't have Scott. So are we back on for this coming week?
He'll be back. I think that we'll be okay.
Well, you said that very like
We'll be all right.
We'll be okay.
We'll manage. We can do this. We need our Kiss historian in order to do it as intended.
We should get all uppity and just do one without those two. And just go, oh, we'll show you, and then the show will just be horrible.
And then we get Gene Simmons on.
Ooh.
As just a surprise. And then Scott never talks to us again.
Where is R.T. Bear? Where is he? I remember that at San Diego. A friend of mine goes like, you know, Art's got a new book over. It's Chrono Mechanics. Once you see it, and it's like, where is he? Where is R.T. Bear?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
I just remember because they were like, you know how there's certain things that cut through, like there's certain voices that cut through a crowd. And I don't know if you guys have ever witnessed this, but if somebody says the F word in a crowd, you'll always hear it. Like you can't help but hear it, right?
Yes.
It's like one of those record drops, like those scratches, like you'll just like, what? You'll pay attention. And so when he was like, where is, you know, I was like, oh my gosh.
You heard your name and you're like, what?
Yeah, I was like, is that Gene? And it's like, yeah, it was Gene Simmons. So he came over. He actually said he would do a forward for Chrono. Yeah.
Can we still get him for when Chrono has its comeback?
I don't know.
Let's hit him up and get him on Kiss Corner.
That would be awesome.
I could see him being into Chrono. It seems like a concept he would like, but he'd want it raunchier.
Yeah, but he also did that cartoon show that was like a kid show that was based on, like it was kind of a reality.
Oh yeah.
Where he was like the dad, and
My Dad the Rock Star.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I thought the designs and the animation was pretty good on that. Rhaegar
says about gargoyles, they could do an animated version like Into the Spider-Verse, but take out the choppiness. That would be cool.
You know what? I really like that animation, that Into the Spider-Verse animation. I'd like to see anything done like that.
GoBots the movie. You know you want to see it.
Me?
I guess. You know you want to see it. Apparently you don't.
I feel like there's something I don't know about myself. Apparently, I wanted to see that damn movie.
Search your feelings. You know,
Search your feelings.
Um,
And you know what? Vader's my dad.
Vader is my dad. Ray Thulu says, we need another Kiss Corner ASAP. Lots of Vinny drama to talk smack about these past couple weeks.
Oh, Vinny's losing his poop.
What is going on with him? I need to look into
I
it.
think he's also trying to rebrand the Ankh.
No.
He's trying to reclaim it. And yeah, I think he's just a huge flake because wasn't he? He had a lot of personal appearances, but he was like flaking out, not showing up. And
yeah, he's been a mess for a while.
Yeah.
Poor Vinny.
They're saying in the reunion tour he's probably the least likely guy that they'll have up on stage.
Because they probably can't. Let's see. GoBots is terrible. As a kid, I thought it was fine. But I watched one episode as an adult and the writing was horrible. That goes for a lot of kids' shows, though.
Wait a minute, is that the same guy with like GoBots? He was like all seemed like praising him.
Rhaegar.
Oh, Rhaegar, okay.
And then Cam says literally nobody wants to see GoBots. Nobody.
GoBots were always just like the stepchild to like Transformers, right?
And Sketch says no, just no. Apparently nobody wants to see a GoBots movie.
But like I said, I mean that was you know after my time, so they were like the inferior Transformers, right? Is that?
I think so.
Do I have that right?
Into GoBots.
They don't even have a catchy song.
Go bots.
Go bots, more than meets the eye.
I was gonna reappropriate the Power Rangers one, but it really didn't work. GoBots were released first, apparently.
Yeah, but they weren't the best.
Kimba the White Lion was released before Lion King, and they were both bad. I hated both of them as children.
Is that the chat or is that you?
That was me.
I hated both of them. Really, you hated Kimba?
I really did not like Kimba as a kid.
Wait, all I remember is the same, like, running, like...
Yes!
He'd be, like, running, like, over and over and over again.
And then that, like, the ground looked all shiny, like it was moving underneath.
It was always this movement. And then it was like, Kimba the White Lion was his name.
Soundwave's voice.
Soundwave.
I can't do Soundwave's voice. Transformers superior, GoBots inferior.
They should like do one of those match-offs or like, a versus.
Of GoBots versus Transformers?
I already think we know who's gonna win though.
Yeah.
That's not even, just a bloodbath.
We all know it's GoBots. James says, awful writing. Remember Bigfoot and Wild Boy?
What?
Bigfoot and Wild Boy was the Rankin Bass live action TV show with Bigfoot and his like adopted son fighting people in the woods.
It was live action?
Yes. It was pretty awesome.
When you say awesome, you mean horrible, right?
It was horrible, but I still loved it.
Okay.
Watching GoBots instead of Transformers is like wearing Weebox instead of Reeboks. Or Psyches instead of Nikes.
Or eating mocklet instead of chocolate.
There was a girl GoBot that has a deep voice. She was a villain. Now I want to watch it.
She had a deep voice, like a sultry deep voice, or like she was a man.
Like Dr. Girlfriend.
Dr. Girlfriend?
Oh, right through this said, inspiration for Dr. Girlfriend?
Possibly.
My favorite thing about Dr. Girlfriend is they have the flashback to when she's in college and she looks all young and she still has the voice. I think Transformers came out after GoBots, but were based on an older Japanese story.
Yeah, I think Transformers were still the originals. It just took time for them to get to the States, right?
I believe so, because they had the toys. The toys are all released in Japan early, those metal ones like you're talking about.
Yeah, because I think it was all done prior, but it just kind of the way it came to the States was like reversed. The order was reversed.
I remember, I know that the Megatron gun controversy, the original toy, like that toy is worth a lot, and you can still get, I guess, the Japanese version of it. He's still a gun from that series.
Let's face it, that's still kind of strange.
It is. It's really weird because, like, he's a Does he pull his own trigger, or does like another robot pick him up? I think Transformers came out. See, what are you guys talking about with these GoBots? I'm interested in GoBots now. I remember as a kid, I really thought that Voltron was cool, but
Voltron's the one that has the pieces that connect, right?
Yeah.
And then they make a giant robot or something.
Yeah, they're like lions. They're all lions, and they transform into a...
I guess I don't really remember that show, but the only way that would be cool is if each one of those pieces was just as cool as when they get together. Were they?
No, they were just lion robots. Like they didn't do much, to be honest.
Did they run like this?
They did run like that, actually. They ran like that in space.
Because Kimba doesn't even... It's not like... It's like he just runs like he leaps, right? Both paws go at the same time.
You have the action completely right. That was pretty funny. Let's see. Does he pull his own trigger? All guys do that, Tag, says Ray Thulu.
Whoa.
Do they all turn into guns in space?
Let's not go there.
You'll get really disinterested in GoBots after about 5 seconds. And Sketch Therapy says, if you like lions, yeah. Yeah, they're all just like different colored lions. Because I remember the main guy would be like, we're a pride. I think everybody thinks your camera must look good today, Art, because Mike just arrived and said, camera's looking good.
Oh man, he probably thinks this is the new tech. I think the potato knows his days are numbered. He's like a transformer, since we're talking about like sentient machines.
It does look good on my feed, though, I will say.
I wonder if we should just start doing this in the evening time.
I don't know.
Because it's dark in the room.
Maybe the lighting's good?
Yeah, maybe the lighting, it's more focused or centered. Because it's getting dark around. I don't know. But I don't like this because I just spent a bunch of money on some new technology.
Everybody's praising the potato.
No, don't. It'll listen. It'll hear it.
Camera's looking good. Tater Tech, says Rhaegar.
So we thought.
Title says, it reminds me of Zoids. I used to love Zoids.
Zoids! I do remember Zoids. I think I like all the, like, just weird names.
Tiger Zero Snyder. I liked the Zoid series that seemed like it was post-apocalyptic, where they were in the desert with Zeke. That was my favorite.
Zeke.
I used to watch it every morning.
Zeke is either like a really cool, like, sci-fi, like, alien sidekick, or like a dirt person from the desert.
And he wasn't. He was a Zoid, but...
Or he was both.
It was Zoid's Chaotic Century is the one that I'm talking about, if the chat is curious.
Hey, it's Zeke.
I used to watch it every day before I went off to junior high. The last season of Voltron ended with 2 dudes getting married. What?
No, it did not.
Isn't it a show about robot lions?
Robot love.
I'm waiting for a Stretch Armstrong reboot.
Were there cartoons?
I don't remember there being a Stretch.
I just remember there was a toy, and I used to fantasize like, man, wouldn't it be so cool is if we could stretch it across the street and tie it to the light posts and then stop a car with it.
Because it's so strong.
Yeah, obviously I had been reading way too many comic books at the time, thinking that was even possible.
That would be so cool, though.
If we could stop a car with a Stretch Armstrong.
I cut mine open.
I think everybody eventually does.
Everybody gets curious about, like...
What's he made of?
Yeah, because it feels weird. And then it sucked, because I remember he wasn't a Stretch Armstrong, but it was like it was that same kind of toy, and it was like, because Stretch Armstrong had, like, different types. He was, like, a monster or whatever, and I just remember, like, after cutting open his arm, I, like, came back, and that stuff inside the arm had, like, hardened into, like, a gross powder.
I think that's the same stuff that they stuff these fake breasts with. I think it's Stretch Armstrong juice.
Then why aren't they stretchy?
They move a little bit.
They could make a one-off Mutant League movie.
I read that. What's Mutant League?
I don't know. I've never heard of Mutant League, unless we're talking about a knockoff X-Men.
Oh, jeez.
I use my old computers on old plasma TVs to watch movies and YouTube. They need to put a potato cam up once a month, like Ozzy doing tours. What? I don't understand.
Man, I just saw Eddie Trunk on Ozzy just playing to a bunch of tracks, and
oh no, that's kind of sad.
He's old.
Is he still with Sharon after that whole debacle?
I think he needs her at this point. I don't think he can find his way without her.
Aww. My favorite thing was like, poor Ozzy's like old and like he's been, let's just say he's not all there. And like that young girl he was supposedly having an affair with, she's like, we're in love. And he's just like, what's going on? Like, how can you be in love? I don't think he's even like that aware in life. How much can you guys possibly be connected?
He loves me, and I love him and his money.
Once a month use the potato cam again. So even after we get the new camera,
resurrect it,
break it out.
The annual potato cam episode.
Aw. I don't know if that would be worth the hassle when you guys see the setup that we have. There's no exaggeration here.
It's all bad.
It's quite interesting.
The potato cam.
You'll see it soon enough. It was a B cartoon where mutants played football in a death match. Oh my god, that sounds really familiar.
It was a one-off, or that was the whole series? They played football for a death
league.
Oh, like league, like I guess football league or baseball league.
Oh, was it a video game? Mutant League Football. I see a video game. I've looked it up.
It sounds more like a video game.
Yeah, they're like all like monsters and robots.
That's kind of cool.
Didn't they try to do like a remake that on? I don't remember. Somebody did a. Oh no, that was like a zombie football or something. There's something weird that somebody made recently that was like this. Mutant League. Tater Reanimator, says Raycar.
That's what the shows would be called.
Tater Reanimator.
My pen is not working.
Let's see, we got...
It's always when you gotta do something really like controlled, when the nib just decides to like die.
This panel's looking good though.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna start doing some straight lines because the pen's being a poo-poo head. That's a technical term. That's an inker technical term. Look it up.
Title says, thanks for that art. My mom is in the room.
Oh, I'm sorry. We should have a swear jar. Just like Mike's. I always cuss on Mike's channel.
He's a G-rated.
He loves it.
It's you bring the edge to the...
Somehow it always just turns to poop talk.
It's because they're advocates of Taco Bell.
That always leads to poop talk for me.
Yeah.
I walk the poop talk. I talk the poop walk.
The very same.
Poop Walker by Hanna-Barbera. The next Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Were we talking about Grape Ape in like the last...
I don't know.
Chats for
why.
some
That's
reason?
Yeah. People just I don't know. That show was pretty bad. Grape Ape. That's all I remember.
That's all that the show was.
Does anybody remember, like, there was kind of this gay genie, like, Yapple Dapple or whatever?
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Say, Yapple Dapple.
Well, the great Gazoo from Flintstones is like that too. He's like, you dumb dumb.
Hey, dumb dumb.
That was the weirdest. That's when that show should have died. The day they introduced an alien.
I disagree.
No. Why?
That's comedic gold.
Just somebody's like, you know what? No one's watching it. Let's just do this.
We've run out of stories.
There was some guy laying in wait, like, can we do the Great Kazoo now? Like,
he had that always chambered from like the first season. Like, he's like, the Great Kazoo. Listen, man, this is about cavemen. This has nothing to do with aliens and stuff like that. And so then the next season, hey, how about the Great Kazoo? No.
Fine, Gary.
10 years later, how about the yes? Let's do it. I knew it.
The same guy behind Scrappy Doo.
You heard the joke behind like the death of Superman, right?
No.
So I went to 2 of these Superman summits, so I was privy to 2 of them. But apparently it had gone on for like before that and after that. We'd have these Superman summits, and they'd have the whole Superman team there. It was really cool. DC would have them. We'd all go to New York City and be wine and dine on DC's dime.
That sounds like fun.
And so we just brainstorm, and they had everybody, like the colorist and letterer and all the creative team there. And so we just kind of round robin, and Mike Carter would have one of those, is it grease boards? What are those, where you can write in erase boards, I guess? And so he would write in the ideas, and we would just throw them out. And so Jerry Ordway, big smart ace that he is, he'd always just go, let's kill Superman. Like that was his joke. That was his go-to, like, well, let's just kill Superman. Like that was his idea. And so then I wasn't there by this time. I had moved on to X-Men with Jim Lee and Will Spatacchio, which Dan Jurgens says was the wrong move, but I disagree.
I too I would say history disagrees.
I think we kind of changed the way comics looked for the next decade or so.
It's a very iconic run.
I think those ripples are still being felt in the industry today. Anyway. So yeah, he'd always say, yeah, let's kill Superman. So I guess they were out of ideas, or, oh, that's what it was. They were going to, because I did do the engagement issue. Yeah, I did the Superman engagement. I actually have one of the images on my wall, one of the pages. So they were going to marry Lois and Clark. And so then the Lois and Clark TV show came out. And so they couldn't do that storyline anymore. So that's what it was.
That's why they couldn't do it?
Yeah, so in an act of desperation, Jerry just did his let's kill Superman. So for the first time, the rest of the team was like, let's listen to Jerry's idea.
And you weren't there to stop them.
Yeah, I would not have stopped them anyways. I would have laughed my butt off again because it's hilarious. And yeah, so then they, I'm trying to give you guys an image, but I can't do this.
Do it for the good of the piece.
I have to turn it around this way. So, yeah, so then they were like, yeah, well, let's talk about this. How could we kill off Superman?
But why?
Because they had a big event with them getting married, and they just had to do something to take its place.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, I think killing Superman is still the best-selling book of all time, so.
I believe it is. R.I.P. in peace. Let's see. And ever since Art bumped the camera with his hit, let's see, we're getting a lot of buffering. Is it buffering now?
Yeah, I'm kind of I think I'm moving this thing a little too much too.
I see what you mean. I can see your hair in frame now. It looks like it got bumped.
Yeah, maybe I should start inking this other, because straight lining is not good for video.
It's cleared up for now.
You can't really see what I'm doing. It's off panel.
We should probably call it soon too. Is somebody else streaming? Let's see.
California streaming.
So it's Dean Cain's fault that Superman died? Says Rhaegar.
Yep, let's blame Dean Cain.
Title says no buffer for me.
No buffer for you.
Yeah, it looks okay to me. I saw it buffer right when you said that, however. I think I got this panel 4.
Ooh, I can't wait to see it.
I will send it over. Unless you want to glance at it now.
What time is it? Yeah, we should probably start wrapping some stuff up. But we're going to try to do this again regularly, get back into the YouTube thing. Hopefully we can get the computer worked out.
We're close.
Yeah, we're close. So, yeah, I got this patch under control. I got to do some rendering. But yeah, Black and White is underway every day, getting a little closer, nicking away at completion. So, I don't know, man, this potato cam, everybody's praising it today.
Are you guys going to miss it? It does look pretty good, doesn't it?
I don't know.
It knows.
You know what? As an experiment, tomorrow tomorrow will be the day. So if it's still good tomorrow, then we'll just take this other computer back. Wait a minute, I shouldn't have said that out loud because the potato cam's listening.
Your days are numbered. Potato
Your days
cam.
are. You better perform or you're out of here. Okay, guys. Well, hey, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the super chats. Appreciate it. And you want to get us out of here, Taylor?
Yeah, don't forget to, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to spread the word about Black and White. It is still in demand on Indiegogo, and we're going to be keeping it up there till printing. I think we agreed, we said at the beginning of the chat, in case you missed it. Don't forget to join the newsletter. It's the best way to stay up to date. You can get some deals on the shop. And let us know in the comments what you want us to do with those Trinity pages. You want
yeah,
to go
yeah.
in the shop, you want to try some kind of bidding. Let us know your thoughts on that, because we do read the comments after the live chat has ended. So thanks for joining us, and I guess we'll see you again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications.